Hi again. Thank you for joining me again for these reflections looking at the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 5. I'm looking today from verse 19. Let me read two verses to you. Therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. Now, in the couple of verses beforehand, Jesus has talked about the importance of the law and the prophets, how he has come to fulfill rather than abandon that teaching. And now he's talking about how he's linking how, as Christians, as followers of him, we are to bring our lifestyle in line with those teachings. That's the parallel he's making with the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. They kind of had an outward adherence to the law. They would talk of it. They would try and puff themselves up and show off to others that they knew how to teach it, but according to Jesus, they weren't living it. I feel a bit sorry for some of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. To be honest, Jesus was really very critical of them, and that causes me to come up and think, well, hang on a minute, is there stuff that I'm teaching that I'm not actually living? And that's the point. I think that's the point that Jesus is making here, that it's all very well to know what the law says, to know what the prophets talk of, indeed to know what Jesus teaches, but are we living it? Are we living out? Is all of this taking root in our lives and being expressed in the ways that we live? That's what he's after. Now, what Jesus isn't saying is that our righteousness comes through our good works. Absolutely not. The Bible is very clear on that. But what he is saying is that as followers of his, as those who love him, as those who seek to serve him, as those who long to be obedient to his teaching, we want to do this. We want to conform to the teaching, the whole realm of teaching that he offers and endorses, whether that's Old Testament or New Testament, in our Bibles. So, friends, that's the challenge for us to reflect upon today. How seriously do we take this teaching, and how seriously do we live it? And what is even more, do we teach it to others? Jesus makes the point very emphatically here that it's also about teaching. Whoever practices, that's one part of it, and teaches these commands. That's what he's asking us to do. And that's our task as followers of his, as lovers of him, as disciples of Jesus, as those who have entered into the kingdom of heaven through his blood. We're to practice these things, but also teach them to others and reveal them to others. So may God bless you as you strive to do that. And let me pray now for us all as we do so. Father, please help us. Again, I pray, please help us to know how to put into practice these things. Please enable us to spend time with you today. Cause us, Lord, as we reflect, to be attuned to your voice. What is there about the law and teaching from the Old and New Testament that we need to allow to influence us in a new way? Please, Heavenly Lord, guide us and lead us, I pray, for the glory of your name. Amen. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you next week as we continue. God bless.